The first step in embracing universal design is to embrace learner diversity. At UNSW, we have so many successful entry routes to support students from a wide range of contexts. We welcome students from socioeconomic disadvantage, mature age students, Indigenous students, international students, students with disability, and that includes learning conditions such as dyslexia or ADHD, mental health conditions such as anxiety, and physical conditions such as brain trauma. But inclusive education means more than access. For our students to learn effectively, we need to make sure that our teaching practices are inclusive of the diversity that's in the classroom. And when we design our courses, it's common to subconsciously design lessons and resources for who we perceive to be the typical or average student. Often this might be someone who, in our mind, is 18 years old and financially stable enough to own a laptop. Someone who's just finished the HSC and is experienced in sitting exams. Someone who has other people in their family who've been to university in the past or has siblings who are currently at university, or perhaps someone who has role models that they can reach out to for support. There are obvious difficulties with considering our students to all fit this description, to be a homogenous group. Firstly, we're overlooking the many challenges and constraints and opportunities facing our students. Secondly, we rob them of their individuality, even for those students who might loosely fit into that description of that perceived average student. There are so many different learning preferences. Some might prefer visual learning and others might need auditory learning or really value kinesthetic learning. And thirdly, we overlook the value and the benefits of a diverse student cohort and the really rich and varied perspectives and life experiences that they bring to the classroom. One of the most worrying consequences of assuming the student group to be homogenous is unconscious bias. So that's where we make subconscious decisions based on stereotypes, which can lead us to fundamental attribution errors. That's where we make assumptions based on a person's personality or their behaviour. It's important to first acknowledge that we all have bias and we all create stereotypes. Human beings are hardwired to make snap judgments based on previous experience and common perceptions. It's a way of ordering information. The problem occurs when these snap judgments are incorrect. Bias, which is a result of these incorrect snap judgments, it isn't usually a big event that happens on campus on one particular day. It's in the detail. Bias is what can happen every day in the classroom. It's what can happen unconsciously when we're designing our assessments, when we're allocating students to groups, when we're providing case studies. In class, if we think of our students as being homogenous, then we might unconsciously make assumptions about how that student will engage in class, how they will interact with their peers, how they'll interpret the teaching and learning materials. And this is really problematic because if these assumptions are incorrect, we might inadvertently be creating barriers to learning and be blocking students from reaching their full potential. So the question is, how do we combat unconscious bias? And the first thing is to be aware of it. And research shows that once you're aware of the existence of unconscious bias, then you're more likely to be able to counteract it. So it's important to reflect on our teaching practice to be able to do that, to step back and look at how we've designed our courses from start to finish. You might like to ask yourself, what are the materials that I've created? Or how am I expecting students to engage with me or with each other in groups? And even more importantly, have I given my students choice and have I given them flexibility? Universal design gives you a really great framework to answer these questions in a way that embraces learner diversity and creates a safe learning environment. It allows you to be proactive in teaching diverse learners, which benefits everyone. So the following modules in this course will show you how to embrace learner diversity in your teaching through designing multiple means of engagement, expression, and action.